What's up, family? Swing Trader Tony here, day 372 of trading, day 372. Let's take a look at what happened today. Remember yesterday I told you like, hey, after hours, Meta did his thing. And they continue to do his thing today. See it went up, it gapped up, early this morning, ended up closing up $69.58. So my METU shares went well. We'll take a look at that in a second. Ended up today at $6.87. I think I actually sold 50 shares at right around $6.95, something like that. And why did I do that? I wanted to go ahead and average down on some UNHG, and I'll show you that how I did that in a second. But as far as today is concerned, today's gain overall is $1,103.84. Total assets are $18,121.61. My options account went down $4.50. My shares account went up $1,108.34. And I now have some cash in there for 631.65. Another thing I needed to do, I need to just be liquid for a little bit for the weekend to take care of some things. But as far as my options account, let's take a look. Trade desk, my $100 strike price on trade desk went down 28 bucks. My $80 strike price went down 37.50. My Pfizer went up $52.50. Beyond went down 80 bucks. And Advanced Auto Parts went up $88.50. Now, I almost sold my shares, 50 shares, and was going to average down on my trade desk. Because getting that at 117 would have gave me an average at right around $2 and maybe like $2.04, something like that, $2.05, which would have been great. It would have knocked down this total gain from negative 59 to probably about negative 30%. And then I'd have been closer, to being in the profit. But what I decided to do is I decided to get some UNHG, average down on my UNHG. If you could tell, like it went from four different instruments to three. So what I did is my METU, you see it went up. Today's gain was $1,374. Still 25% profit. What I did is I sold 50 shares of my METU, um, and then took the bulk of that and got 150 more shares of UNHG. If you look at yesterday's video, I had 150 shares, and I think this total gain was like negative 40. And I ended up buying it, I think at around $11.91, maybe right at $12. And this price paid as of earlier today was $19 and like maybe like 41 cents. So because I got it so at such a lower price, the same, cut it in half, 150 shares, um, it averaged down to $15.64. Why that's beautiful for me is that one, the average is lower. I got more shares at a lower price. And now instead of waiting to get up to $19 to be in a profit, now it's down to $15.64 to be in a profit. Beautiful thing. And I'm expecting it to double. So I'm expecting this to get to right around 7,200, almost $7,500 when it's all said and done. Still expecting Met U to double up, but I chose to, instead of doubling up with these 50 shares, I took the 50 shares and spread it out to average so I could average down and let it do its thing. I didn't do TSLL because $3 difference, no big deal, and it has 200 shares anyway, and this should double up as well, man. So overall, I'm still looking for my net account value to get around 30,000 when all my targets hit, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with the bread after that. But we'll take a look at the charts. This is what I'm talking about as far as UNH. Well, I'm in UNHG, so let's just go there. So instead of having to come back all the way back up to $19 and change where I got in at before this huge drop, now my price you saw is right around 15, between 15 and 16 bucks. So once this curls up and gets above that, I'm in the profit. I'm in the profit. Where do I think it's going to go? Know for sure it has to close this gap, but my target is right around $23.58. So take that and do with it. Do what you want with that. But once again, my average price paid now is $15.64. I'm expecting it to get up to at least 22.50, $7. So if we're just kind of like speculating, $7 with 300 shares from where it's at right now, it's 2,100, up another 2,100 bucks. All right. Why am I expecting that? Well, you see, it's already my EMA is already kind of curling up. So I'm expecting that to pop, close this. I'll be in the profit. I'll be $3 in the profit right here when this gap closes, and then we'll start going towards our target. Tesla. Tesla is in a bearish trend right now. For the short term, for sure. I think after market, it's already popping up. Tesla's up $11 and 40, and you see it down here, $11.20 right now, after market. It's still bullish, still bearish there on the daily chart. Take a look at the weekly, and it is bearish on the weekly, which is why I figure that Tesla's going to pop up. It may come down some, may come down to this support right here, may even come down to this one, and then pop up. My target up here. So expecting a hundred and change move in Tesla. My target on TSLL is $42.45. We're currently at like 16 bucks. My average, my target is 42.45. I got it at right around 20 bucks. So that's why I said we're looking at trying to double that. Simple math. A little more than doubling it. Um, Meta. Meta is bearish. Well, on a weekly, just slightly, but bullish overall. As you know, I mean, shoot, we just popped up crazy. It's going to have to come back down, right? It's going to have to come back down and pull and, maybe close a gap or two, come back down to my 10 EMA, but still looking at it to keep rising. Also bullish on the day chart. Expecting a golden cross here soon with the 50 and the 200 EMA, which would push it. And my targets upwards of 700, 850, even have a target up at 965. So we're talking about like another $200. And as far as Met U is concerned, I'm not sure if I have my target listed on Met U. I do. So I have a couple targets, 66 bucks and 83 bucks. See right now, um, I'm averaged in at like, price paid at 31. So now you know where I get my double from there. At least 66 is one of my targets. And, looking at maybe 83. 83 would be about two and a half times that. So, would love for this to get up to about, 16 to 18K. And that's how we're looking at that. Um, Option wise, a lot of red, right? AAP should be a monster. I mean, I'm looking at maybe they're trying to get like 400, 500% when it's all said and done on advanced auto parts. Beyond is my problem child. I may need to just go ahead and get some more contracts for that while it's dumb low. Might even come down a little bit more, maybe 10 cents, man. I'll take it too. I'll get 20, 30 more contracts of that and just hold it, you know. Once again, December 17th, 2027. Give it plenty of time to get to back to a $7 mark. Right now, Beyond is at 77 cents. $7 is back up here which it did hit that earlier, you know. This was October 22nd when it did that. I'm expecting it to go back up and then way surpass that, you know, in a year. So that could be a really, really good one. Really, really good one. Get a bunch more contracts of that, man. Just hold. Pfizer, down 12%. These trade desks you see down 60%, 68% respectively, but expecting those to be another like, 700, 800%, wins for me. So it's just a waiting game, man. It's just a waiting game, and that's why we get leaps. Have plenty of time to do what it needs to do. All right. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them. I'll answer them. If you want to see a shorter, quicker version, you can always go to my TikTok or my Instagram page, Swing Trader Tone. But you guys get a little bit more time and a little bit more jewels here on the YouTube page. So that's why I do it. That's why I do it. Once again, if you need any help or if you need any advice or if you want to just run stuff by me, hit me up. Let me know. All right. Tomorrow's Friday, the 30th. So another trading day. I'll let you know what happens tomorrow. All right. One love.